Chapter 7. The child lived in the world. Interface and journal tending. The point of interface. We all want more light. We all need and want the flow of light for our truth to be new, fresh, and effective. In this regard, Jesus said, "If you bring forth that within yourselves, that which you have will save you." So what do? It is confoundingly simple. We reach out to the child within us. We talk to the child we know is there. We do this initially by means of our journal, and later by writing and talking to the rest of ourself, the child out there in time and space. We write to the child I am with simple words in our private journal, exactly as we would talk to God. The child of us is the God of us, and is our connection, our interface with Godhead, mountain beyond name. The child is also our interface with the entire tangible universe, Dashan. It is as if the real of us, the child, holds God's hand with one hand and holds the world's hand with the other. We stand precisely in the middle between these two that are one, Godhead and man. The child is the third, the Logos. These are the three that are one. Listen gently about the place of interface. When one plays the piano, the point of interface between the player and the sounded music is exactly where his fingers touch the keys. The surface of the keys is the place where the inner music of the soul becomes the outer melody in the living room or concert hall. There is no space between the fingers and the keys, just as there is no space between the child of us and our fingers as we write. The child soul of us is where the melody is first heard. If one is a composer, the point of interface between the melody heard within and the melody the world hears without is also at the tips of the composer's fingers, as he plays and as he writes those notes onto a piece of paper. So the interface is where the inside becomes the outside, and where, as we listen, the outside becomes inside. In the book of Thomas, we hear Jesus say, "When you make the two one, and when you make the inner as the outer, and the outer as the inner, then shall you enter the kingdom." When one writes a letter or a book, the point of interface between the reader and the writer is the tip of the writer's fingers and his heart, and the eyes that read and the reader's heart. There is no real space between the eyes, the heart, and the tips of the fingers. When the writer gets the fingers to state the child's heart's feeling, the interface is completed, heart to heart. As I sit here writing these words at Woodsong's study desk, piled high with books, papers, and letters, the point of interface between the child heart I am and the entire world of time's tangibility is the keyboard of the good Rabbi Moses Goldberg, the typewriter. The child heart of me touches God on the one side and the world of time on the other. Reading these words, the reader goes straight to the writer's heart, to his own simultaneously. As you will see very plainly in the days ahead, there is only one heart, one child, one God. It is the same for all of us. Disney World. I visit Disneyland at every opportunity. It is a wonderful place to go. There is no questioning the delight and enchantment there. Few enter the magic kingdom without feeling the child heart within. I think my favorite time of day at Disneyland is in the evening when California's golden sun has set and the street lights of the village are beginning to twinkle and sparkle everywhere. I've learned the best place to sit at that time of day is at the Main Street Railroad Station. From the big wooden benches that overlook the city square, one looks down on the magic. Tired and happy people are strolling below, looking, laughing, smiling, and heading reluctantly for the gates. Viewing all that wonder and happiness, I am reminded that it all began when a man took a pencil in hand and let an image inside flow outside onto the paper. The image of a mouse he called Mickey. If ever one wanted to see the tangible outside become like the inside, let him look and see the child heart of Walt Disney made tangible, so everyone can see it and exult. The dream began in the heart of the child man, but the tangible Disneyland in time and space began at the point of the pencil. As I write this, I am there. Such is the magic within us. The direct route to the child within. Certainly, the most direct route to the child of us is to pay attention to our words and thoughts. We do that best by actually looking at some of those thoughts we have written. Just as there is magic when the audience listens to the sounds in the concert hall, the child's interface with the world, so there is tremendous magic when, listen carefully, as we turn the process around to discover the child and its interface with reality. Metaphysics and religion, as they have developed in the world, have been woefully inadequate in showing us how to make this turnaround. There is as much doing in this inner reversal as in its outer expression. Wing and the music of the rhomboids. Han told the story of Wing, the famous musician of Dashan. Wing's music was known throughout the world. To reward him, God allowed Wing to hear the sacred music of the rhomboids for 3 entire evenings, a melody so enchanting it brought the fields and meadows alive and caused the trees to dance. But Wing didn't write the melody while he still remembered it. He felt certain he could never forget such a wonderful song. But before Wing could write the song onto parchment, it had flown from his head. When the king asked why he had not written it before it was forgotten, Wing replied, "Everything is in my head. The whole world is within this awareness I am, so it really isn't necessary to write anything." The king had Wing's head chopped off. The cynics said, "The world was in Wing's head, and now Wing's head is in the world." If Wing had made the effort to write the insight, it could have been heard by everyone, said Han. Yes, we write our insights before they are forgotten. Then we live them. Then we tell them to others who see us living them.